Hi, if you're like me and you like anime, you may have heard of this little show called Food Wars. I'm an amateur chef and I like to broaden my horizons today by trying out something new. And that is replicating a dish from the anime Food Wars. In the first episode of the show, there's a dish called Gacha Pork Roast. That's what I'm going to try to replicate today by doing exactly what was done in the show and seeing if the science works, seeing if the presentation works the same way as it was done in the show, and see how it works for me. I'm an amateur chef. I'm not a golden chef by any means, right? I'm gonna see how it works in real life compared to what it looked like in the show. I'll put a picture somewhere, wherever that goes. And I also want to make this layman friendly, which means that I want to kind of use ingredients that you, me, and everybody else has at home. Something that doesn't include, I don't know, Wagyu beef, grated A1, I don't know. Yeah, some casual items like bacon, all this shit that's over here, some potatoes, some onions, mushrooms, stuff that is very common to have in your household, if not very easy to get. So we're gonna try seeing what we can do. In the first episode of Food Wars, Soma, the main character, has to make a dish called Gacha Pork Roast, which is what he had to make do out of potatoes, onions, and mushrooms, because he didn't have any meat, because all his meat was thrown out on the streets or burned, I don't know. And they massacred his restaurant and made it look shit. So we're gonna do the exact same. We're gonna replicate it and we're gonna see how that goes. All right, so for the ingredients, we're gonna use potatoes. Starchy potatoes. We're supposed to use russet potatoes. I think I got the right ones. They're supposed to be oblong, and I guess we're somewhat oblong. So I'm not sure I got the right ones, but hey, I'm an amateur, okay? Amateur at work. By the way, I'm half educated. Half educated. Currently educating. So this is kind of like a family thing, you know? We're doing this as a family. I'm teaching you and I'm informing you about what I know. It's gonna be fun. Onions, important. Onions, great food. Great stuff that we use in every single dish we make, ever, most of the time. I couldn't get cremini or button mushrooms, which I was actually supposed to get for these, but I'm just going to use something we all have available, which is champignon. However you say that in the proper way. How do you say it? Champignons. Champignon. Mushrooms. White mushrooms. Simple mushrooms. We all know these. This is the mushrooms you see in your store, well, hopefully, if you have them. So this is basically going to be the filling. Like, these three things are going to be the filling. You're going to shove it all into a big ball and make the filling, and that's going to be the main thing that we have. We're going to wrap it around in bacon and cook it. And it's annoying. But yeah, we're going to cook it in like a big vat, and then have the bacon seep into the into the potatoes, because they're going to be so. That's not going to help. We're going to have it seep in the bacon fat when it's frying in the oven. Or cooking in the oven. We're going to have it seep into the potatoes and the mushrooms and the onions that are going to be sauteed as well. And that's going to do a lot for the flavor. Apparently, according to the science in the show, which food is a lot about science. And that's why I like Food Wars, because it does the science very well. It just explains it to you as well. So I'm going to take you through all the things we're doing here. And let's see what else we got. We got some bacon. Bacon. Everyone knows bacon. Super available to everybody in every store ever, hopefully. We're going to use some lemon juice. This is what we're going to use on top, because we don't have watercress. We're supposed to use watercress, but I'm going to use baby spinach with a little bit of this and a little bit of pepper to add that acidity. So that's what we're going to do with that. We have salt, we have butter, we have... That's not the right one. We have rosemary, we have pepper, we have soy sauce, and none the least, we have red wine. And that's all we need. I also have baby spinach, but that comes later. Anyway, let's take this shit to the kitchen, get some stuff out there, get some stuff done here, and we'll see how it goes. All right. We're gonna start off by rinsing off all of our potatoes, make sure all the dirt gets off them. I'm using a colander right here, and then I'm going to be using my hands to kind of get off all the excess, and also do the same with the mushrooms as well after, because there is a lot of dirt on them too. And also, these mushrooms are not the most white, so the filling isn't going to turn out as golden as it was in the show. but that's just how it is with the different types of mushrooms you use. I was supposed to use some different types of mushrooms as well, some more fibrous mushrooms, but I only had what was available to me. So here's the potatoes. I've cut them into kind of semi-big pieces to make sure that they are dried all the way through, and then we're going to add them into the bowl, and look at that. Beautiful. Amazing. Now we're going to set them for 10 minutes to steam, and they're going to have 10 minutes of natural release as well right after. So while we do that, we're going to be cutting the onions. I just picked out a random amount of onions as well as potatoes and mushrooms because I didn't prepare ahead. I didn't create a plan for how much I needed of each thing. I just kind of went along as I just cut up a certain amount and seeing how much I'm going to use of that. But that's what I want to kind of try out to see. Oh, I lost an onion. Kind of to see what that turned out. But definitely learned a lesson here that I need to create my mise en place for next time I want to do something like this, because it does not go well if you just kind of do. That goes for anything, honestly. Like whatever you want to do, like planning for a camping trip, planning for going on skiing, I don't know, like anything. You need to plan ahead. You need to prepare everything, and you need to just make a list of what you want to do and how much you need of what you need. Otherwise, it's not going to go well. Which I would consider this half failure, half success because of how it turned out and how it could have turned out. I think I could have done a much more better job of this if I had planned it out ahead. But that's hindsight, isn't it? So I ended up actually not using all these mushrooms. I just decided to stop at some point because my bowl was completely filled up and I didn't think I needed more. As you can see, there's quite a lot already. So I just decided that I had enough, and I'll just save the other ones for later, for using them for something else. I'm sure I could find a use for them for something. Look at that. Beautiful. So now we're going to be sauteing the onions until they are a light golden color, and then after that we're going to be adding the mushrooms to that. Once they have been sitting for like 2 or 3 minutes, getting a little bit golden, and as you can see, I put in a fair amount, but the thing is about these mushrooms is that they're going to shrink a lot, because mushrooms are about like 80 to 90% water. Like they have a lot of water to release. This is what I was trying to explain here, that mushrooms shrink. As you can see by my hand gesture, I was trying to explain that mushrooms shrink a lot. So I'm going to be adding more mushrooms to this, which you can see here. It's taking on kind of like a brown, nasty color, which honestly kind of looks like minced meat. All right, let's check the potatoes. Steamed, soft, ready. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Now we just have to, Perfect. Now we just have to blend these together with the mushroom and onion mix. Kind of looks kind of disgusting right now, but kind of looks like meat, which is kind of funny because no meat, by the way. Let's blend it together. Potato? You want one potato? You may have one, but I don't know if it tastes that good because it's just been sitting here in its own juices. So the reason we're using starchy vegetables or starchy potatoes is because of the starch content. The reason we're not using a waxy potato or something, as well as the reason why we're not boiling them, is because they would lose their starch content, which defeats the purpose of what we're doing here, which we're going to shape it into like a baby. We're going to shape it into a big ball and wrap it. And if you don't have starch, then it's not going to work because it's not going to stick together. And that's what the purpose of using starchy potatoes. Let's add this, mix all of this together. But it's looking kind of like sewage right now. So you have to ignore what this looks like. Maybe try to imagine it being wrapped in bacon like a newborn baby. So right now, well, this is very sticky. I'm a little bit worried about shaping this. I'm gonna let it cool off a little bit and see if the starch kind of settles a little bit. Like any good chef, you have to taste what you have made. So we're supposed to taste this to make sure that it tastes good before we start putting the bacon in and letting the good juices flow in here. So let's put some salt in here and see where we go. Because apparently it needs more salt. I don't doubt it. All right. More salt. Not too much. It's easy to go overbearing. It's so easy to go too much. I do it all the time. I oversalt things because I'm like, oh, this needs a little bit more salt. Put a little pinch in there and that's too much. You should have added less than a pinch. I don't know how much that is in measurement. I think the pinch is the smallest measurement you can get, as far as I'm concerned. Tip of a knife. That also works. Kind of looks like cookie dough. This is surprising. Looks like cookie dough. I mean, more salt, more pepper.
More flavor.
See, now I added a bit too much salt, I think. Because once you add a little salt and you're like, that's not enough salt. You do it again and you go, that's not enough salt, again. Then you start getting tired of adding salt. So you just add a big boatload of salt to stop doing the little checkups. That's where you fuck up. That's where I fuck up. I do it all the time. Trust me on this. I do it every time. I'll probably just did it now. I probably might do it tomorrow. This is the kind of stuff I have to learn. All right, we are there. See, I'm just hungry, so I'm just eating this stuff. The flavor is gonna come from the bacon. All the bacon juices are gonna be dripping into this thing like water to a sponge. Like when you take a sponge and you go, that's what it's gonna do. And we also have a nice red wine sauce to this as well. All right, now I've laid out a bit of bacon here to kind of prepare for rolling this thing up. So we're now gonna add all the insides here, which I feel has stiffened a bit and cooled off. We're gonna try to take this out and shape it, which is already very shaped. It's quite, okay, it's falling apart. So you kind of have to like lay it down here and hope that it does not fail you. I mean, okay, it looks like cookie dough. It looks like cookie dough. Who can deny it? So we're gonna try to put it into like a big, fat thing, but I don't really know where we stop here. I mean, I'm gonna try to keep it like this, I guess. I don't want it to be completely like same shape across the whole thing. So we're gonna try to do that, and then we're gonna roll these up like this. Try to tighten it a little bit. Try to make it so that it hits everything. Like that. I also added a lot of bacon because we need bacon on this bad boy. We need a lot of bacon. Now we gotta roll this thing up. So I'm gonna actually try to roll it like this. We'll see how the bacon plays along, but yeah, there it goes, there it goes. Now we just have to lift this. Make sure we don't drop it anywhere. So this goes underneath so that the thing stays intact and it doesn't open during the whole thing. And boom. There it is. A little bit scuffed, but it's there. That's a pork roast right there. See that? Pork roast? Gotcha. Gotcha pork roast. All right, now this was pretty good. Not gonna lie, this was pretty good. I didn't use everything. I might save this for later to make some sort of, I don't know. We can do this into like, I don't know what it's called in English, piripenna. Or we could just eat it like this. So now what we're gonna do is gonna make the sauce. And no, actually first we're gonna put this in the oven. And then we're gonna make the sauce. But first I have to wrap this thing up in wire. Not wire, thread. I haven't done these. The butcher knots or whatever you want to call it. I kind of want to stay real. Just in case it like loses its shape throughout. It's nice to have as a sort of backup. Worst case is we have to cut it open later. Yeah, I don't know how to do this. All right, I have never done this, ever. What I have done now seems to be some sort of fuck-ass solution. But we're gonna go with it. I'm hangry right now. I want this in my belly. I want this so bad. This big piece of meat. By the way, pure meat, by the way. All this meat. Real meat. I'm gonna try to tie this up in a knot. Which is kind of difficult, you know? See? I'm not a knot guy. Here we go. Oven time. So let's go ahead and put this thing in the oven and let it sit for about 40 minutes on 200 Celsius. And one thing I just want to say that I realized now, guys, is that I'm not the only one who's done this video. Apparently, everyone and their goddamn mothers had the same idea as I did, which is fair enough, but hey, this is my take on this, okay? I didn't know that it was so popular to try to replicate this dish. We're gonna be making this red wine sauce, which I didn't have sake, so I instead opted to use brown sugar, which added the needed sweetness for me. I think it did a lot for it. It's gonna be simmering for like 2 to 3 minutes here to make sure that we reduce it by half so that the alcohol goes out and the taste of the red wine remains. So add some soy sauce here, and then I'm going to be adding some brown sugar for that necessary sweetness. I'm probably missing a lot of flavor because the sake is not there. I don't have the sake. Unfortunately, I don't have that lying around. I also should have made much more. If you're going to try doing this as well, I would definitely do more sauce. All right, this is what we have. After about 40 minutes, 45 minutes in the oven, this is what we ended up with. I had to turn it up to air heat after a while because it wasn't really crisping up, but it was dripping, so it's very juicy. It's definitely juicy. So we're gonna cut this up and see what it looks like on the inside, because we need to compare. That's one of the big things we're doing here. We're comparing it to the show. First of all, these have turned a bit brown, a little bit crispy. I don't know if that's a good sign or bad sign. Never used one of these, by the way, except I made a chicken ballotine about about a month ago, which is pretty much my whole experience with these threads. It's hot. I don't want to burn. So just give me a minute. This is my finished product of gotcha pork roast. I'm very excited about the flavor. Very excited about what this is going to look like. It is juicy, I can tell you that. It's been dripping in the oven. This thing is hot. It's fresh out of the oven. Let's see what this cross section looks like. I mean, except for the mushrooms, I feel like that looks pretty accurate. Let's get a close up on that. Yeah, it's not as golden. I wish I had a light on this. It's not as golden. And the mushroom pieces are kind of taking the spotlight here, but it looks good. I don't think it looks bad. Now, we don't have watercress, but we do have a little bit of baby rucola. No, not rucola, baby spinach. I'm going to drizzle a little bit of lemon juice on top of this to make it lemony. And that's it. This is it. Let's try to plate this out a little bit for us, huh? Now this is going to be the edge piece, which I'm going to take because why not? I'm going to try to cut these into very nice and thin medallions, as so, for consumption. So, appearance-wise, I would give it like a 2 or 3 out of 5. You can even actually see the thickness of the bacon around it, which is very accurate to what it was like in the show. Like if you see the edges, it's pretty thick around. So I wouldn't say that's bad. The inside is dark, which is not great. I would give it like a 2 or 3 out of 5. I want to grade it on the taste as well. And as for the science, I guess we're about to find out, because the taste will decide whether or not the science worked, which is going to be that the bacon is going to seep into it and give all the potato and stuff inside all the flavor, which I'm curious about actually. We're going to do 1 spoonful of each. That is very dark. I like that. It smells like red wine, but very sweet red wine. I think that's a good amount, to be honest, for each plate. All right, let's give this a shot. I'm very excited about it. I feel like the bacon isn't fried enough, but I feel like it's well enough. I can taste the wine. Other than that, it's okay. User error, I think. Not bad. The bacon's nice. It could have been fried more. I would recommend another 10 minutes, maybe even frying the bacon beforehand a little bit to make sure that it's fried a little bit. Okay, so the problem of wrapping is one thing, but if you fry it a little bit, not to the point of it goes totally fried, but the point where it's like half between fried and raw. Because the bacon here tastes like ham. Like, I don't know, there's a difference between just bacon and ham, which is not crispy enough to, I think, have all that flavor. But the insides taste good.
Just tastes like meat.
Yeah, it actually does taste like pork roast, now that I think about it, which was the whole point. Success. Yeah, it actually does taste like a piece of ham, a piece of roast pork. So on that aspect, success. The general experience, I think it was fairly easy to make. Would I make it again? Absolutely. My general rating of this, like cost efficiency wise, how expensive is this to make? I used a lot of bacon. So you're gonna be paying for bacon, potatoes, mushrooms, onions. But I mean, this stuff comes by pretty easily. So you're not gonna be spending like a week's worth of pocket money doing this. I think we're looking at like max $15. Well, yeah, convert that however you want. Max $15, I think. Based on the fact that it's normal to have butter and oil lying around. So you're not looking at a pretty expensive dinner here. But you can also even go under 10, depending on what you have laying at home. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the little informative video. Now I'm gonna go eat this because I'm about to lose my mind. See you later. Are we done?